I'm Sebastien Jacquey, the winemaker at the Clos Jordanne Winery in Niagara, which is making only Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. I think, as you can hear from my accent, I'm coming from France. Came here 4 years ago after a degree in winemaking and an engineering degree in winemaking and viticulture as well in France and in Burgundy. I'm native from Burgundy, more from the Sancerre side, more from the Loire side, but definitely was a wine lover of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, and that's why I started my career over there before to move on here. At the Clos Jordanne Winery, what we try to do it's really to focus on those two grape varieties, because they are cool climate grape varieties, as Burgundy is, and we really think that two grape variety will definitely fit to the climate of Niagara. And through our practices, through some very traditional practices, both in viticulture and winemaking, we try to do by doing vineyard selections to reveal the identity of each of our vineyards through our wines. Every good wine starts by a good plantation, so we try to maximize our chance by getting the optimum quality right from the beginning. So that's why we choose to have a high density plantation, about 6,000 plants and hectares. We choose to grow organically or sustainably our vineyards. So we have one vineyard which is called La Petite Colline, which is the smallest vineyard. La Petite means the smallest in French. It is a vineyard on Seine, the most ventilated on Seine, and usually one of our most feminine wine. And I think due to the sand and due to the ventilation of this vineyard, that's why it show like that. We have Claystone about 1.5 kilometers away from La Petite, still on the bench around Jordan town. And Claystone is on, as the name says, on clay and limestone. And we keep the west part of this vineyard to make this single vineyard. It's a cool climate. This one is usually the last one to be picked. It's usually fairly firm, masculine, and fairly chalky at the end. That's more in a Nuit Saint-Georges style. That La Petite will be more in a Chambord or in a Volnay style. And after we have the Clos Jordanne vineyard, which is a warmer vineyard. It's completely surrounded by a lane of trees that keep the warmness and the humidity a bit of this vineyard. And from the east side of this vineyard, we are able to make this one, which is really more on the elegant side. Is showing riper fruits, also riper and more texture in the mouthfeel. It's a little bit more full and round, but showing still a really nice underlying minerality. So all those three wines have their personality, their identity, and I think through this 09 vintage, which we're showcasing tonight, it's revealing really well the characteristic of each one. And 09 was a cool vintage. We harvest about 3 weeks later than usual, but the acidity was there, the phenolic ripeness, the tannins, and the color was there. It was easy to work with, and we aged even a little bit more in barrel in order to integrate everything together. So really interesting vintage to show up. I think they are still quite young to be tested, but that's at least gonna make people have an idea of the potential of this vintage and potential of each vineyard, and everyone gonna be able to pick the ones that he likes the best, because Pinot Noir lover has their own specificity about what they like. Is they like more Gevrey or Nuit Saint-Georges or Volnay? Maybe through our range of wines, they're gonna like one better than another.